This episode of Robot Rumble is brought to you by Part and Parcel, the new football podcast featuring the Robot Rumble host and commentator Patrick Epworth. For all the details, check on the link in the description. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Robot Rumble. So far we've seen Pain and Panic, Behemoth and last week's winner Dietor claim places in the quarter-finals. Tonight, 4 more machines go head-to-head to find out who will get that coveted spot in the quarter-final and who will finish second and end up in the runner-up rumble. There's not much more else to say apart from let's go and meet the teams competing tonight. A quality group this one, 4 robots who could go all the way, but we're going to lose 2 tonight, and another one will be left teetering on the edge of oblivion. Here's Duck, fresh from its previous campaign that saw it make good grounds into the knockout rounds. It is a bit helter-skelter when it comes to driving, but that pushing power is immense. Duck is certainly one to watch. Byte is a name familiar to older Robot Rumble fans. It first competed in Group D of the 2020 competition as a full-body spinner. It's back this year with an egg beater spinner and a thrashing tail. It's certainly an impressive glow-up, if I do say so myself. This machine is certainly an impressive one, but it can't self-right. What on earth? Brenda finished 4th last season, which tells you all about the pedigree of this machine. With 360 degrees of attack and defense, getting to this machine will be hard. But last season's machines did get to its tracks and cause trouble for the blender that is Brenda. And finally we have Impulse, an absolute legacy in Robot Rumble, stretching back to the first ever episode where it finished runner-up in the pilot event. It's never reached those heady heights again, but maybe, just maybe, this devastating spinner will find the form we know it has this time around. So those are your competitors, and this is how they line up in round 1. In a few short moments we'll have Duck vs Byte 2.0, but first up it's Brenda versus Impulse.
Are we good, Hallie?
Okay. Don't let it run against the wall.
Are we all recording?
Yeah.
It's the first of a new group.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1.
Activate.
So here we go, the first fight of Group D of Robot Rumble, and right now neither machine is moving to begin with. Impulse just spinning up to speed, saying come and have a go Brenda, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. And here comes Brenda now, they do think they're hard enough. They finished 4th last year. Impulse of course runners up way back in the pilot event back in 2019. They've never quite reached those heady heights again, but we know that they have that ability. As both machines clash together, just nibbling at each other with their spinners. Getting to the tracks will be the aim of the game for Impulse, and they've already ripped something off there, and here's the replay. What was it that came off? It was that front panel of Brenda. So big damage caused there by Impulse, which will help them if this fight goes to the judges' decision. Nobody wants a fight to go to the judges, of course. But there's another piece come off there. I think it was a wheel guard from Impulse. Both these machines really going for it here. Oh, big slam that one, and there are bits and pieces flying all over the arena. Big slam there from Brenda, pushing it around. They've got those tracks that can really dictate and control a fight. Impulse going near to the pit, manages to steer away. Collective holding of the breath there from the Impulse team as Brenda gets closer here and is backing them into the corner here where they've not got a lot of way out here. Oh, they've escaped. Fantastic driving.
It's only for crew members and people in the house. But we were going to maybe go after
Big slam. Both machines really getting into each other here, really getting stuck in. Impulse stuck on a bit of debris there. Away though. Really, these two machines really going at it, really trying to claw each other to death there. The two blades just keep connecting. But still, I don't think it's clear who the winner is right now. Oh, so close to the pit here. Impulse away. Getting those sharp forks on the back into action. Once again, together again in a deadly embrace. It's clear that Brenda have got the pushing power here to really dictate this fight. They just can't get the slam that's required towards the pit. Oh, big slam and another piece of armor coming off there. Look at this one, it was a massive ricochet. It like went through the robot and the panel flew off. We're used to the side panels flying off here in Robot Rumble, especially when Brenda's in the house. It leaves the wheels exposed now, and Brenda has got round the side of Impulse several times during this fight. And now, with those wheels exposed, it could end badly for them. The floor flipper coming into play here, and I think Impulse are in trouble. They don't appear to be moving, but I think the countdown for the end of the match is going to come before Impulse can be counted out. They've not been immobilized for the correct amount of time, and it's going to go to the judges. So let's look at what happened in this fight. I think what happened at the end will prove to be key. That panel was thrown off, early damage points from Impulse. As I said, important in a judge's decision. But Brenda really got to grips with Impulse in terms of the aggression and the control and the damage in many degrees. Impulse so close to the pit there. But yeah, it was just these moments when Brenda was clearly controlling Impulse, I think will score highly with the judges. Really just dominating the fight here. But I think these next two moments will be key. That one for the damage points it caused, I think that will put Brenda just above Impulse on the damage points. And then, as I said, they can attack those wheels. And I think Impulse broke down here. There wasn't enough time left on the clock, but the judges will really count against that for Impulse, because look, they weren't moving after that hit. I think they were immobilized, left on the floor flipper. And I think it is going to be an Impulse win. And the judges do agree with me. Brenda gets the 2 points for the judges' decision win. Impulse with only 1 point. Next fight is Duck against Byte.
Oh, are both recorded?
Recording on this one.
Right.
Duck's on steroids.
Rotors.
3, 2,
3,
1. Activate.
So how will the new and improved Byte do here against Duck, who will be looking to get to the knockout rounds and further? This time they have that fantastic design, that fantastic lifter that can cause real damage. And Byte right now is not really getting to grips. They're just spinning around in a circle. We've not had that blade spin up yet, that egg beater spinner. We've not really seen an egg beater before in Robot Rumble, but it's up to speed now. It's got that thrashing tail as well. It just looks amazing. Byte, they had a year away, and they've come back with something that looks incredible. And already there are bits and pieces flying off it. There goes one panel. And look at that, it's just thrashing around and loses another panel. So they've not quite got the control down yet. Have the boys from Plymouth. Look at it, just jiggling around. It looks fantastic, as I keep saying. But it's not scoring any points right now. Come on, lads. Duck just doesn't quite know what to do. Have you ever seen a duck fight a shark? Well, you do here on Robot Rumble. We do give you the absolute battles you really want to see in the animal kingdom. And there's actually major damage there to Byte. The spinner has been cleaved away. Let's have a look at that again. Duck reversed, in came Byte, it just fell apart. The spinner just fell apart. All on its own accord. Oh dear. Clearly not fabricated the best then, this new Byte. It's got the wedge though on the front there, which it used to shove Duck onto the flipper. but they've become a push bot. With that thwacking tail, I guess, can cause damage as well. But Shark Bite really is all over the place. It would not surprise me if they sunk down into the pit of oblivion here. Duck just really struggling to get a hold of them right now. Duck underneath, trying to lift them up. Oh, couldn't do it. Duck's lifter always struggled with the flipping as the floor flipper comes undone. A crew hand in to flick it up. Shark Bite harrying Duck now. Shoving Duck here into the corner. And Duck's on the edge here. They could go up and over and out of the arena here. They're trying to escape. Oh, they've just done. Shark Bite looking really good here. They might have lost their weapon, but they're giving Duck a tanking here. Duck stuck on top. Oh, just a loop-de-loop. And now Duck appears to be stuck. And now they're going to be in the muck. Oh, they're in the pit. And Duck has lost. They're in the pit. They're not going to get out of there as much as they try. They're trying their hardest to get out. But it is the menacing, deadly, crazy Shark Bite who's driven into the pit themselves. So here is the moment it all changed. They shoved Duck up against the wall, shoved them upside down, and then for some reason Duck stopped, immobilised. And then pushed into Davy Jones's locker. That is the pit. Oblivion here in Robot Rumble. So Shark Bite's return to Robot Rumble yields them their first ever win. 3 points on the board and top of the pile. Duck will have a lot of catching up to do in the next round, which consists of Duck versus Impulse and first Brenda against Shark Bite.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
So a top of the table clash here in our third fight of the night, and already Brenda pushing Shark Bite across the arena floor. And look at that, already a panel coming off of Brenda the Blender. They didn't have them on in the first fight to save a bit of weight, but they've put them on for this fight. Maybe worried about the damaging potential that Shark Bite could cause to the tracks. But right now, Brenda is all over Shark Bite, using that 360-degree spinner to get up to speed here and really cause some damage. But right now, oh, there's a massive explosion, and it's Shark Bite's weapon once again has just completely disintegrated. Oh, it wasn't even a touch from Brenda, it just exploded under its own capacity. And Shark Bite once again toothless. Not that it mattered in its first fight when it shoved Duck into the icy depths. They'll be trying to do the same here to Brenda. Spinning around madly there. And we have a bit more damage caused here. Oh, big chunk thrown off of Shark Bite there. And both machines are absolutely slugging it out here. There are bits and pieces all over this arena floor. Who will come out on top? I have no idea. But right now you have to feel that Brenda is leading on damage. But Shark Bite is certainly being aggressive here. Big slam. Oh, another chunk thrown across the arena. Brenda loves playing with its food. And now shoving the shark into the corner here. Back into its starter square where it can lay down the pound. Brenda, remember, is a point behind Shark Bite due to only beating Impulse on a judge's decision. So a knockout here is essential for them to go one step closer towards those quarterfinals, and they're shoving Shark Bite here with the power of those tracks. Remember, the immense pushing power is one of Brenda's biggest motivating factors for having tracks, and oh, they've driven into the pit. Shark Bite.
Cease.
Well, I was talking about the advantage of having tracks to wheels. Brenda lost some armour there, and Shark Bite, who's been a maddening thing all evening so far, drives into the pit. And so it's a knockout win for Brenda, who have 5 points. Byte in second with their 3. Impulse and Duck looking to catch up now in a do-or-die battle.
Because I don't think the video is on.
Okay, recording good.
Are we good?
Yep.
Right, move it is. Stand by.
2,
3.
1. Activate.
So these two have fought before. They fought last year, and once again Impulse getting up to speed before moving out of the corner. Duck without the box rush this year, letting Impulse spin up to speed. Is that wise? Remember, Duck beat Impulse in double quick time last year in the group. A little bit longer this time. A little bit more wary is Duck perhaps, after getting their knockout defeat in the first round. They've got a lot to lose here, both these teams. You would feel that a robot that loses at this stage would not likely be going through to the next round, so both these machines are going to really push and shove each other, and piggyback time now for Impulse. Oh, and Duck has got an Impulse sat on it. Well, have you ever seen this? An Impulse sitting on a Duck? What is an Impulse anyway? I digress. Both these machines now sizing each other up. Duck with the deflecting lifter. Impulse with that spinning blade. Impulse haven't got a Shreemec, remember, so if Duck can overturn them with that lifter, it would all be over. But right now, both machines just sort of dancing around each other. Is Duck alive? Is Duck safe? Duck, wake up! You've got to run amok. Right now, they're just not moving. Oh, here we go. They're away again now. The judges may have started the count there, but we weren't aware. Over the floor flipper into that spinning disc, trying to lift up the runner-up from the 2019 pilot event. Impulse is Robot Rumble royalty. We know that means nothing in this season so far, because machines have been dropping left, right and centre. It's been a real changing of the guard, the real upset championship. And right now, this has been a very even match. I don't know who's been on top, if I'm perfectly honest. As the floor flipper comes up. Oh dear. Early days for this new hazard in Robot Rumble. Still getting to grips with it. Duck looking to manoeuvre Impulse towards the pit. Impulse manoeuvring Duck towards the pit now. Oh, big hit on the back wheel there, trying to cause a bit of damage. Has that affected the drivability of Duck? No, they're okay. Impulse spinning around now, trying to get some more damage. It's been a very, very tentative fight, this one. Too close to call. That's a big slam there from Duck. That'll be points for Duck. Impulse just have not got a handle on Duck here today. They've not caused any damage, and when you've got a spinner, that's what you want to do. Both machines locked together now. Pushed into the corner. Away again. Now Duck getting under the lip there of the spinner. And we're into the last 10 seconds here. It's going to go to the judges. Both machines will receive a point, and it'll be the judges to decide on style, control, damage and aggression who gets the bonus.
Cease.
Right, guys, I feel like the last one we did.
So, what have the judges got to mark on? It was an incredibly tight fight here. Early points there from Duck. They lifted Impulse into the corner there, and they pulled a panel off the side, exposing the wheel. Then they got a bit stuck. I don't really know who's gaining points or losing points here. Duck here on the attack, smothering the spinner, who I will say the spinner did not cause much damage to Duck. Did not affect the manoeuvrability. It was all Duck. And these slams, I think, will be crucial to who the judges will decide. Close fight, though. So the judges have made their decision, and it is Duck who gets the 2 points for the win there. They win on the judges' decision. It means they'll go level with Impulse at the bottom of the table, but it's still so close after round 2. Brenda top with 5 points, and it's Byte with 3, and then Duck and Impulse with 2 points each, which means going into the final round, anyone could still go through. And the round 3 fights are Byte 2.0 taking on Impulse, but first, Brenda against Duck.
We changed the thing, didn't we?
That's still a phone jaw. That thing that's wrong. Yeah.
Roboteers, stand by.
Right.
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Activate.
So a big fight here, but really anything can happen in this group because everyone's so close, and already Duck here with some damage on Brenda in the side there, and Brenda's sort of clawed its own track defense off. But early damage here. These two have fought before. Last year in the group, it ended with Duck spearing the track off Brenda in what was an incredible fight. And now here is Brenda against the Screws, one of our new hazards for this new series of Robot Rumble. And the Screws have jammed up, and Brenda is jammed up. And I think they're stuck. And I think for the first time in Robot Rumble history, the Screws are going to claim a victim here. And the judges are counting them out. Duck with a knockout victory.
Cease.
Well, we were waiting for the Screws to cause a real problem in this series, and they have now. They've claimed their first victim. Duck, very well done, shoving Brenda the Blender onto the Screws. And the Screws pinned Brenda in place, rendering them immobile. So, this is what it does for the table. Going into the last fight of the night, Duck are top of the group with 5 points because of that knockout win over Brenda, who they share the same amount of points with. Byte, with a knockout, could leapfrog both Duck and Brenda and make it through to the quarterfinals. Impulse could go third. They are out, unfortunately. But they can prevent Byte from going through with a win here.
Stand by. Hold on. Oh, thank you, honey.
You won.
3,
Yeah, that's all now.
2,
2,
1.
1.
Activate.
So Byte have got a must win here. Did they jump the go there? I don't know if they did. But Impulse has got up to speed now. Byte's blade is not up to speed. They've been having trouble with their egg beater. Oh, and that's huge! Well, if they weren't having problems with their egg beater, they are now. I've never seen this kind of damage before. The whole spinning section has come off. Byte has been beheaded. Massive damage from Impulse. And now they literally are a rammer, Byte. They are just a ramming bot with just a tail. They're like a corpse flickering around, headless. The headless ghost, the headless shark ghost. They've got no bite in the shark now. I've got pages of these. I can go on, guys. But right now, they are smothering Impulse a little bit here.
I don't even need a weapon.
Byte looking like they don't need a head to compete here. And Impulse, now that they've done that damage, doesn't really know what to do. Oh dear. Oh no.
Cease.
And Byte dives down into the deep blue. Well, that early damage was crucial, and then, they just overbalanced and went in. Oh dear. Well, Byte have been maddening all evening. Fantastic entertainment, but they will finish bottom of Group D here tonight with only 3 points on the board. It's a three-way tie between Duck, Brenda and Impulse, which means we go to our tie-breaking table. So we take off the results that they got against Byte, and it leaves the group looking like this. Duck still with 5 points on the board. Meanwhile, Brenda and Impulse only have 2 each, which means that it's their head-to-head record that separates them, which means that overall, after all this complication, it's Duck in the quarterfinals, Brenda in the runner-up rumble, and Impulse, unfortunately, going home. So close, but yet so far. Wow. What a way to end tonight's Robot Rumble episode. 3 teams locked on 5 points. There is no need for a tiebreaker though, like in Group A, as we could quite clearly see through the head-to-heads that it was Impulse 2019 finalists going home, with Brenda ending up in the runner-up rumble and Duck receiving that coveted place in the quarterfinals. We've lost 3 former finalists in the last 4 heats. There's only 1 heat left on Robot Rumble this season. Who will be joining the teams who are already in the quarterfinals and who will be going home in a body bag? You'll have to tune in next week to find out on Robot Rumble. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.